Hey everyone, I finished my build on my Tamiya Monster Beetle. This is the 2015 edition. It took me roughly about 5.5 hours to complete it. The thing that took the longest for me is just actually doing the body. I haven't gotten everything complete on here. Let me put this on a stand. There we go. I haven't completed all the details on the body just yet. I have not put the figure inside. And I'm debating whether I'm going to put the sunroof on or not. I may just leave it open, but I'll probably end up putting it on at some point. I kind of wanted to get this thing together because I was really excited about building this thing. So, like I said, it took about 5.5 hours to do. I was pretty familiar with some of the parts and pieces as I was putting it together, so that helped out with my build some. I am running the stock electronics in it. I'm probably gonna take those out and put something else in here. I'll probably put that HPI Firebolt motor 15 turn in here. I mean, it's probably gonna go about 12, maybe 15 miles per hour, if that. But trying to debate if I'm gonna leave this as a shelf queen, or I'm gonna drive it. So there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. So I wanted to show you guys this. Some of the differences, of course, is it does come with these side mirrors, which are pretty cool for it. These actually have a piece of double-sided tape they want you to put in between there to keep those together. So, but I thought that was a nice addition to it. It does come with a few additional stickers. Of course, what makes the Monster Beetle is this rear plate guard back here. I always loved this about the Monster Beetle. Turn my light on. I want to show you guys this drivetrain real quick. I know some people are probably interested in seeing what that is and what that looks like. If you guys can see in there, this is one of the biggest improvements that they did to this car. Some of you guys may remember that have had this or maybe have bought one, know that it had, excuse me, those rounded star-like hexes in here, and they were just horrible. That was the one flaw of this kit, was that because after you run it for a while, they would actually eventually wear, even though they were a 5-star hex on this end and then that end, but they always wore out, and you were always replacing them. And part of the problem with replacing them is you had to take these screws out and, of course, take this out. But eventually, after about doing that about 4 or 5 times, these screws, since it's screwing into plastic, would not hold this rear end together good. I remember for one of my kits, I actually took a rubber band as a kid and placed it in between here to hold this rear end together because I had taken it apart so many times because those wore out so much. Like I said, for the motor, I actually have, this is vintage too, the Technogold motor. This is classic, and yes, it does work. I need to probably work on it some to get it working. So I may actually put this in here and leave it with this in here and run it with that. So I'm just trying to debate if I'm going to put this motor in there and work on it to get it running. I know it runs. I've run it once before. But I wanted to show this to you guys. Like I said, the build was pretty straightforward, simple, and easy. I am going to put the Monster Beetle sticker up over here as well. The speed controller, you don't use the orange wire like I said kind of in the unboxing because it can run brushless motors. It can run brush motors down to about, it says 25 turns in the manual. This says that this can run a 7.2 volt nickel metal, but this is a 7.4 volt LiPo, and this thing does have LVC shut off. The speed control does. So I don't know why they said that so it can run LiPos. It may not be able to run some of the higher C rating LiPos, but I know it can run LiPos, and it can run of course, a Tamiya sport tuned brushless ESCs, and also some of their censored motors, not ESCs, and also some of their censored stuff as well. So anyway, I recommend if you get this to go ahead and get bearings for it. I think it's 5x10 that it uses. The same size of tracks it uses in there, so I had put those in there. I still have to get a few more, for the front in there, but gotta love that shiny gold. I'm very glad and very happy that Tamiya came back with this kit because I will be running this thing. Things that I probably will end up changing will be the shocks. The shocks are okay. Although this is vintage, they just don't compare. And speaking of compares, let me get one of my trucks and show you the differences in size. Okay, so what I have here, my Stampede's out somewhere in my truck, is my HPI Bullet MT. So, guys, take in mind that this car is probably about 30 years old, this Monster Beetle. So, it is kind of a collector's item for people that want to actually buy this and not pay $500 to $1,000 on eBay for one and build one themselves. But you see the differences in where RC cars have come in a I ain't gonna say short period of time because it's been 20, 30 years. So, but of course, these, are in different eras and stuff. At the time, the Monster Beetle, Blackfoot were the monster trucks to have. And then, of course, other companies started coming out with stuff. But you'll see that the HPI, of course, get this over here, is wider than the Monster Beetle. And it is, pull this to the side, also a little bit longer as well. But like I said, this is more of an updated kit. It's like taking, my Camaro versus a 1986 Camaro. It's not going to compare by any means whatsoever. But people still get those cars for collector items because of memories and stuff, which is kind of why I got this. But like I said, I'm still going to run it. So size difference, it is a little bit smaller, but it is still 1/10 scale size. Like I said, I'm going to run this thing. Try to get it running tonight. I'm going to run it tonight. I'm not going to try. I'm going to run this thing tonight. I'll try to shoot some videos. My camera doesn't do well at night shooting videos, but that's with faster cars, and this is not going to be blazing fast. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not subscribed. Put any comments below, and I guess I'll do a quick 360 of this before I end this video. Yes, it does not have a window back here. And I still got to put that license plate on and put the stickers on back here. Maybe I can do a first person view. Anyway, thanks guys for watching.